If you're a coach and you don't know where your next client is coming from, honestly, you might as well go play the lottery because that's basically what you're doing with your business. In this video, I'm going to show you how you can consistently and predictably bring clients into your business to have more consistency, more revenue, and ultimately have a real business rather than just a gamble. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Chris Barrett. I've helped coaches sell over $10 million online, and without further ado, let's jump into it. So with that said, referrals are not a full main strategy. Now, maybe at the beginning if you're looking for a couple people here and there, but if you're really looking for a strong, consistent, robust coaching business, that is not the answer to what you're looking for. Another thing too, I see common mistake with coaches. They're just making content to make content because they hear it's important to make content. But if you don't have any sort of specific targeting, a specific ICP, and a system to go about it, you're ultimately, like I said, it's a gamble. You're hoping that things are going to go ahead and go and improve within your business. And the thing is you're really busy, and so you're associating being busy. You're associating activity to momentum, to growth in your business, but ultimately, it's not working. And so what we need to do is we need to install a real system that will allow you to grow on a consistent basis. So I break it down into 3 different parts when it comes to generating leads, getting clients, so on and so forth. The first one is we need a way to generate awareness, eyeballs, and ultimately leads. And so there are 3 ways that you could do this: through content, through outreach, so content being, let's say, short form content, Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, so on and so forth. Outreach could be doing DM outreach to people on Facebook, on Instagram, cold emails, so on and so forth, okay? And then the last part is going to be paid ads. Now, in my opinion, paid ads is by far the best way to do it. Why? Because what it allows you to do, it allows you to say, hey, Facebook, I'm going to give you $100, and in return, you're going to show my ad to this many people that then is going to turn into, let's say, $100, $1,000 as an example, that then is going to go, let's say you get 100 leads from $1,000 in ad spend. And that way you have predictability because you're consistently getting in front of your ideal client, because it's very difficult for you to sell someone into your coaching services if they never even know that you exist. And so with that, there are some ways that content and outreach can be done. In my opinion, it's a lower barrier to entry, but it's more difficult to scale versus ads, consistency, and you could do it that way. So number 1, you need a way to consistently generate leads, ideally paid ads. Now, once that's been done, we then need to move into a way to nurture your leads. Now, why is this important? Especially in today's environment of the world with so little trust. And then on top of that, this industry of coaching, literally everyone and their mother is seemingly wanting to be a coach, and they're, oh, I can help you do this, and big claim this, big claim that. And so we need a way to take those leads that you have now generated, and we need to nurture them and to allow them to see that you are the solution to their problems. You need to get them to know, like, and trust you and see you as an authority. And so the question is, how are you going to create this system that gets people to understand that you are that authority? Now, in the beginning, it can just be you getting on a phone call, getting on a Zoom call, all of that. But obviously, that's a very one-to-one, very manual labor system. And so what I recommend is, how can you have emails? How can you have content? This is where content really comes in play. Not in the fact of as much of generating a ton of leads, but nurturing your leads. This is very massive, especially long-form content. So this is step number 2 of what you need to do. Now that we've been able to generate the leads, we now need to get to nurture them, to get to know, like, and trust you, and see you as an authority. Now, step number 3, we need a way to go ahead and get them to book on your calendar and ultimately close and become paying clients. And so the next thing is, now that we've been able to generate, now that we've been able to nurture, how do we get them onto sales calls on your calendar? Could be through automated bookings, could be through emails, could be through text message, could be through phone calls, could be through call to actions inside of your content. There's so many different ways that you can do it. But in short, you need a way to invite people to book a call on your calendar. Okay? And so once again, we've talked about these 3 things, and ultimately I just want to reiterate, the reason why people are stuck is because they're feeling they're busy. Busy, busy, busy. Oh yeah, working really hard, hustling, grinding, and I love the fact that you're wanting to work hard. But I can tell you, you can work as hard as you want in that direction, but if success is in that direction, you're going the wrong way. And so what I would recommend for you to do is take these 3 things that I just went ahead and talked to you about: generating the leads, nurturing them, and then booking them. And when you do that, everything changes. You now, for example, with paid ads, can on a consistent basis say, okay, I'm going to spend $15 a day, and that's going to bring me 1 to 3 leads per day. That's 1 to 3 leads that you can have conversations with. That then leads into sales calls, and so on and so forth. And you nurture, and then you book, and then you go on, so on and so forth. Okay. So with that said, I once again recommend for you guys, don't just be busy in any sort of direction. You need to go ahead and make sure you have a real plan, a real path, and a real shift. And so if you would like a more in-depth breakdown of what you can do in order to generate leads on a more consistent basis, go ahead and click the video that's going to pop up right here on the screen. And this is an entire video that I put together that breaks down this a bit more in depth in specifics of like what you can do, what are the mediums, how do you do it, and everything. So go ahead and click that right here, and I'll see you over there.